on the Ghana Premier League. But first, astute Ghanaian football scout Ebenezer Sefa has advised Black Stars head coach Otowado to consider inviting Edin Ketia and Callum Hudson-Odoi if they are deemed good enough to strengthen the national team ahead of the 2026 World Cup tournament. Speaking to Last Pause in an interview on the conversation around dual nationality players, Sefa stressed that quality and impact should be the key criteria for national team selection, not sentiment or public pressure. According to him, the Black Stars must always aim to assemble the very best talent available if they want to compete effectively at the World Cup tournament. Yeah, it's Ebenezer Sefa.
If they are Ghanaians, why not? If they are yet to Ghana, you see, I've heard the argument of when we wanted them, they refused to come. Do you understand? Yes, they have a point there. But you and I, whoever is in Ghana or whatever the person may be, calling for Edin Ketia, calling for Hudson-Odoi, the final decision is going to rely on Otowado. But I also want to believe one thing: if only their presence will help the Blasters, why not? If only they are coming in is going to be better off than those that we have here, why not? If you feel that Hudson-Odoi is better than those that we are using on the flanks and his qualities is enough for the Blasters, why not? If you feel that Edin Ketia is far better than Brandon Asante, who is probably a second to Jordan Ayew as the striker for the Blasters, if we think that he's good, why not? But the question of your friend about 51 players contributed to the Blasters qualified to the World Cup. Are we having all of them? I'm not condoning players that have been called and have refused to come. But if only the person can play and the quality of the player is deemed fit by the coach, I'll support it. If the coach feels that he doesn't need them, who am I? I also support it. But at the end of the tournament, that is where we'll come back to analyze whether if we are taking them or not, whether they add up or not.
Ebenezer Sefa is astute Ghanaian football scout. Now to some club issues. And Asante Kotoko head coach Karim Zito has insisted that they still have their eyes fixed on winning the Ghana Premier League despite trailing leaders Mediama Sporting Club at 8 points. The Pokupan Warriors beat Basheke Holy Stars 3-0 on Sunday at the Babayara Sports Stadium despite 8 points separating them and league leaders Mediama. Zito praised the side for the hard work following the win and insisted they have not given up on the league title.
The last time we played the Chelsea, I told you practically that I wasn't happy. But today we were more composed. Tactically we were very good. We were focused, and then you see us, the attitude towards superb. As a coach, you don't have to give up at all. Whatever the situation, you have to fight hard and then achieve, and then we are okay. When you look at the setup, the tactical play, the approach, and the discipline on the field by the players was superb.
Asante Kotoko head coach Karim Zito speaking that to the camp of Accra Heartfok and their head coach Didi Dramani has insisted win against 11 Wonders last Saturday was really important despite 11 Wonders' poor form languishing at the bottom of the Premier League table. The Phobians won that game by 3-0, but some fans have raised concerns that Heartfok didn't beat a very good team, so Didi and his players must not be complacent after that win. Speaking to the media after the game, Didi Dramani insisted the win was so important to his team.
I think that every game, comes with its own approaches. We approach every game differently because all the teams are not the same. Every team comes in with a different approach. This 11 Wonders team, if you underestimate what they bring about in terms of their team play, you'll be surprised because they play freely and with fluidity. They move the ball very, very well and get into very decisive moments of the pitch. And so their position should not deceive you. Teams that are struggling, how they can play so well and how dangerous they can be. I think that it was very important that we won the game.
Accra Heartfok head coach Masui Didi Dramani speaking. Away from that to other stories, and the Minister of Sports and Recreation Kofi Adams last Friday inaugurated the governing board of the Ghana Sports Fund in Accra. The 11-member board is chaired by Professor Anin Wright and with 3-time world boxing champion and Hall of Famer Azuma Nelson among its members. Former Black Stars Management Committee member and investment banker Ernest Thompson serves on the board as well, bringing fund management expertise, while David Kofi Waku has been appointed administrator. The National Sports Authority is represented on the board by its Director General Yao Ampofo-Ankra. Addressing the board, Sports Minister Honorable Kofi Idi Adams revealed government is committed to the development of sports in the country, hence their decision to constitute the board.
The creation of the governing board of the Ghana Sports Fund is not just a fulfillment of a legislative process. It is the culmination of years of advocacy, policy discussions, national expectation, if I may add. It represents what Ghana Sports has long waited for: a structured, a predictable, and accountable financing framework that serves the entire sports ecosystem.
Now, though the Sports Fund initiative started back in 2017, it was passed into law in December 2025. Honorable Kofi Adams claims the desire of this government to improve sports influenced the decision to pass the bill into law.
This fund did not emerge overnight. Its journey spans several years across different policy conversations and reform attempts. What has made the difference this time is political will, clarity of purpose, and commitment to delivery. Under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, government made a clear commitment that sport will no longer be treated as an afterthought.
Now, on her part, chairperson of the Ghana Sports Fund, Professor Koyo Anim Wright, outlined the key objectives of the Sports Fund.
Well, I think we've all been asking for a sustainable financing path for sports development, and this board is mandated to create that ability for the government to the nationally to really be able to get the funds that are needed to support sports development, not just sports development, grassroots development, talent identification, infrastructure. So it's a broad mandate that we have, and it's our goal right now to sit down and come up with the steps that will take us to get there.
Chairperson of the Ghana Sports Fund, Professor Koyo Anim Wright, speaking there now, a member of the board, Dixon Chiredua, aka Stuttgart, who is a member of parliament for Brokum West constituency, noted the role of parliament in passing the bill.
Parliament played very crucial role. When this bill came to Parliament, within 72 hours, we had done justice to it, and we passed the bill into act. President has assented. So I would say the Parliament played very crucial role because we have all been worried about lack of sustainable funding for sports and the consequences thereof. That's why when it came to Parliament, we acted with alacrity and with commitment.
Chiredua speaking that to women's football, Black Queens head coach Kimlas Brooke-Green has expressed confidence in his team and that his side will work hard to secure qualification for the 2027 Women's World Cup tournament. Ghana will compete for a place in the Mondial ahead of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations scheduled to be staged in Morocco later this year, and the Queens will compete against Cameroon, Cabo Verde and Mali in Group D. The top two teams from each group will make it to the next round, while the semi-finalists will automatically make it to the World Cup, which will be played in Brazil. Here is Kimlas Brooke-Green on his ambition of qualifying the Black Queens to the World Cup tournament.
I mean, for me, it's and I think for all of us, it's a clear target to make the top four, to make the World Cup. That's going to be very, very important. So we have to go for that. And if we make the top four, then to push for the goal. For the team is that we just need to take things step by step. We have shown that we keep moving in the right direction the whole time. And if we do that, we have the potential to go all the way in the tournament here, but we also need to respect that there are other teams that are thinking the same way, and there are probably like 6, 7, 8 teams that actually can win the gold. So we're not alone, but we're going to do everything we can, and hopefully it's going to be enough. All
right, Black Queens head coach Kimlas Brooke-Green speaking there now to news around the world. Bayern Munich sporting director Max Eberl says the German club are in talks with Hurricane about extending the striker's contract. The 32-year-old England captain joined in a four-year deal from Tottenham Hotspur in August 2023 in a move worth an initial €100 million. Now, Kane has since scored 119 goals and registered 30 assists in 126 games for Bayern Munich and clinched the first major trophy of his career when he helped them win the 2024-25 Bundesliga title. Now, to other stories, Tottenham Hotspur midfielder João Palhinha is confident Tottenham Hotspur will get out of their misery and get a respectable position in the end. Spurs currently sit 14th with 28 points after failing to win any of their last 5 matches in the English Premier League. Despite their poor form, João Palhinha insists Tottenham Hotspur will recover soon.
So definitely it's not the easiest season that we wish it. Not just the players but also the supporters, the staff. Not being definitely an easy season, but I think there's many things to happen until the end of the season. And the injuries, of course, is not a big impact on the team. This is something definitely and clear for me. But yeah, I think the results have been poor, that's true. But at the same time, I think the team have been improving. But I think it will get soon. We will get soon, definitely.
Spurs midfielder João Paulinho speaking there. For the Australian Open, Alexander Zverev advanced into his third consecutive Australian Open semi-final by ending the career best major run of Leona Tien with a 6-3, 6-7, 6-1, 7-6 victory to keep alive his bid of a maiden major title. Here is excited Alexander Zverev after the match.
Lerner from the baseline was playing unbelievable. I don't think I've played anyone who plays that well from the baseline for a very, very long time, you know. So I don't know what Michael Chang has done with him in the off season, but the way he's playing, it's incredible. Without my 20 aces or something like that, I probably would have not won today. So obviously very happy with my serve, but yeah, just generally happy to be back in the semis.
Alexander Zverev speaking there. For the women, Aryna Sabalenka ended the teenage challenge at the Australian Open with an emphatic 6-3, 6-0 quarterfinal victory over Iva Jovic. Now here is Sabalenka after the match.
Yeah, super happy to get the win. She's young, great player. Super happy to get this win in straight sets. Happy with the level I played today. Yeah, amazing player. I mean, when I'm in the tournament, I'm not thinking about that, but sometimes we all stop for a second and we think the level we were able to reach.
Aryna Sabalenka speaking there, bringing an end to the Love Sports Center, powered by the Love Sports team, brought to you in association with Russian Energy Drink. Stay active and energized. Betway says better now and get way more. We have mornings on Facebook at LEV 99.5 FM. Later today at 3:05 p.m. Join us on the Last Sports Blaze Extra with Dalali, Atias, and the rest of the sports team. My name is Stephen